Question 15. The number of blue pens that Mrs. Lee had was 6/5 of the number of red pens. Her son took 52 red pens and 24 blue pens from her. After that, the number of red pens became 1/6 of the number of blue pens. How many blue pens did Mrs. Lee have in the end? Let us write down the ratio of the number of red pen is to, sorry, it should be blue is to red. Number of blue pens that Mrs. Lee had was 6, so this would be 6:5. Okay, her son took 52 red, so I will minus 52 and 24 blue. Okay. In the end, the number of red pen became 1/6 of the number of blue pen, which means that red will be 1, blue will be 6. Okay, so in this case, you need to understand that if you're gonna let the number of blue pen and red pen at the beginning be 6 units and 5 units. Okay, for the blue, if you were to use 6 units minus 24, and if you compare it with the red, which is 5 units minus 52, they will be in the ratio of 6:1, which means that this is 6 parts and this is 1 part. Okay, here and here. So which means that to make them the same, I'm going to multiply by 6 to this, right, to make them equal. So 6 unit minus 24 now will be equal to 30 unit minus 312. The next step would be 30 unit minus 6 unit will be equal to 312 minus 24. This part over here, I'll try to explain it using a model. If you don't understand over here, not using the shape. Okay, 6 unit minus 24. And draw a model here. Let me draw it smaller. I'm gonna draw 6 unit first, and I'm gonna draw another 30 unit. Okay, this is 6 unit. This is 30 unit. If I subtract it by 24, I do not know how big or small is 24. I'm just gonna draw it over here. If I subtract the 30 unit with 312, okay, they will be the same. So this is 24. This is 312. Okay, so if you compare this part here, right, this red part here would be 30 unit minus 6 unit. Is this? Okay, which is also the same as 312 minus 24 over here. Now 24 units is equal to 288, which means that 1 unit is equal to 12. The question is asking for how many blue pens did Mrs. Lee have in the end. Blue pen, so we're gonna find what is 6 unit. And we are going to use a 72 minus 24. 48 is the answer. Okay, for this type of question, you can always do a check to see if you got your answer correct. Okay, blue is to red. We know that the 6 unit is 72. So 5 units is 60. You minus 24 minus 52. Gonna get 48 is to 8, where 48 is to 8, the simplest form is 6 to 1, so means that it is correct. Okay, your answer.